times. It's been a long time since I've been here, but I'm excited to come back and share my journey and do that through this speech. The title that I put together for this speech is called Freedom. Your past doesn't have to be your future. This past weekend, I had the chance to go over to Fort Myers and see my college play baseball, which is what I did through college. In fact, at the park, there's 4 different fields, and the field they played on was the field where I played my first college game. And it brought back a lot of memories. One actually not being related to baseball, but was from a quote that a professor said. Bill Bauer, who said, "When the pain to remain is greater than the pain to change, change will take place." And as you know, I haven't been around for a while, and the reason that I haven't been here is that I've been battling a disease. I actually was diagnosed with Crohn's disease, and what this led me to think about is, what is disease? And if you go to break the word down, it's simply dis and ease. The prefix dis meaning apart or away from, and the word ease. And it made me think, well, what is ease? And so I went to dictionary.com, and there's five different definitions to the noun that describes what ease is. Now what's interesting is there's one word that's shared throughout all 5 of those different definitions, and that's freedom. The first one being freedom from concern or anxiety, freedom from pain or physical annoyance, freedom from difficulty or great effort, freedom from financial need, or freedom from stiffness or constraint. I found it interesting that there was that common word freedom. So if you want to generally sum up the word freedom, or sum up the word disease, it's simply being apart from freedom. What Crohn's disease is, it's an inflammatory disease in the digestive tract. And I've had the chance to see what this actually looks like through pictures, through a procedure. And the insides are red, and there's an inflammation. And in this spot, in the small intestine, it's compromised. And there's actually holes that are in my intestines now. Which has made me think about a lot of crazy things, because back in September, my mom sent me a birthday present. And it included a surprise along with a birthday card and some money. My parents both sent this. And I opened up the gift, which I got, and was rather surprised because I did not know why this was sent. It was actually my baby blanket, which, as you can see, is shredded and has holes in it. At the time, I thought it was a joke. I didn't really understand what she meant when she sent this. But she said, "I want you to see something from the past." And the reason she sent this is because, for whatever reason, I just didn't let go of this blanket longer than normal. And it's foreshadowed what actually is now taking place internally. It foreshadowed the emotional side of who I really was for such a long period of time. And that's that I emotionally held on to a lot of things inside. From the outside, it looked like everything was okay, but internally, I wasn't. I dealt with a lot of anxiety, and holding on to these emotions was not good. And through this process, I've learned disease is simply a blockage. It's a blockage of emotions. It's a blockage of chemicals. It can be a physical blockage. I actually also discovered the knee injury that I have is simply what's taking the brunt of it. It's actually my hip that is misaligned and is causing the knee to have issues. So what appears to be the issue often is not the issue. And in the traditional medical world, so often what's focused on is where the pain's coming from. With a headache, oh, the pain must be here, so take an ibuprofen. It'll numb the pain. But does it really get to the root issue? And the answer is no. And so what I've done is I've been going through a process of getting to the real underlying issue. What's causing this inflammation? And it's been an interesting journey because I've been dealing with this for a long time, and I actually moved to Florida because I couldn't put up with the symptoms that I was dealing with. I had anemia, which I'm learning was what it was, which is why I couldn't handle the cold weather. And this has just made me think about what does this really mean for all of us? Because we all deal with different things throughout our lives, and I've learned that burying things, holding on to things is not healthy. And the reason that I wanted to share this story, be a little bit vulnerable, is that maybe you or maybe someone that you know is dealing with something. Because from the outside, like I said, looked like I was okay. And the reality is there's things internally boiling up inside. And I just didn't know what was going on. I actually went to the hospital 2 weeks ago. After getting diagnosed with Crohn's, the week after, I spent 3 days in the hospital because something related to Crohn's kind of erupted, and I couldn't hide it anymore. And it no longer was a private issue because I was gone from work for a full week. And through sharing this story, what I've learned is that we're all on our own journey. And we're all at different spots. We're not behind or ahead. We're exactly where we're meant to be. And really, when it boils down to it, what I've learned is that we're meant to live in ease, not disease. Thank you.